Hey Virgo, welcome to your reading for February 2021. This could be for love or just general friends, family, work, money, spirituality, anything. This is for anyone who has Virgo prominent in their chart. So it could be your sun or rising. It could even be your moon, maybe your Venus if it's love related. This is a very general reading, so certain messages will apply to certain people, certain situations. So remember to use your intuition when you're filtering through the messages, and you'll know if this is for you or not. Okay, Virgo. The Fool in reverse. So there's some kind of new beginning you're being thrusted upon this month, or it could have been last month or very recently. The thing is, though, you're very nervous about taking a new chance. You're really scared about coming across as a fool because there's so many things you don't know, you don't understand yet about whatever this is. So this is some kind of new venture. It could be a new relationship, a new person in your life, a new job, a new a new home, a new situation. So, yeah, it's brand new. This is the brand new chapter of your life. I'm just getting hesitancy. You're worried about it. You're scared to take the leap. So your challenge is Knight of Swords reverse. So this is very like impatient energy, like let's just go, go, go. So seeing this reverse makes me feel like you're definitely really hesitant about this new beginning. So you're just not willing to take that huge leap of faith. You're not willing to put yourself out there. You're just feeling very guarded, and there's so many unknowns, and that really worries you. You're definitely taking your time with this new venture. So, let's say this is a new job, like you're just taking it one day at a time, or maybe this is a relationship and maybe you just got engaged and you're kind of putting off setting a date to get married, like that kind of thing. Like you're jumping into this new venture, but you still have your safety net on. Like, you're not in a rush to go all the way. So, deep down, you're definitely dealing with some kind of stubborn energy. And as an earth sign, this is pretty typical of you. You can definitely let your stubbornness get in the way sometimes. So, I feel like especially if this is a new job, you could be dealing with a lot of coworkers who have a clash of opinions, or maybe a boss who really wants you to do it this way, and you're so used to doing it that way. So that's definitely difficult for you. Even if you're not aware of it, it's definitely going on to a certain degree. Or maybe in a partnership, you're just refusing to make a compromise with this person. So there's definitely a lot of control issues here and things that you don't want to let go of. You got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So once again, you have very stubborn energy here. I really get the feeling this is, I really get the feeling this is a work related type of situation. Although some of you, it can be love. It could also definitely be a family situation, or maybe someone you are married to or engaged to. But a lot of you, this has to do with your work or your career. And some of you really feel like you're not getting paid enough money for what you do, or you're not getting that promotion you deserve. A lot of you have a really difficult and stubborn boss that you're forced to deal with, and they sort of drain you and they make you feel kind of small and powerless. And maybe you feel like I deserve this promotion, like I work really hard and you're just not getting it. And now a select few of you are dealing with some kind of partnership, especially in regards to marriage or engagement or some kind of long-term relationship, something like really serious. I feel like at the same time you're so independent that you're not willing to make that compromise with them in order to fully move forward. So, as a Virgo, this really makes sense to me because you are such an independent sign. So, you're very like my way or the highway. So, that could be what's getting in the way of this brand new beginning. So in the past, you had 9 of wands in reverse. So you definitely felt like someone really took your power away. You felt like you were very stepped on, and you've been very hurt too. I feel like you kinda got over this though. You kind of got your feet off the ground and was like, "Alright, like, I can't let this pain hold me back together. Like, I gotta put my big girl pants on or big boy pants on and just move forward." But at the same time, like, there's some kind of power struggle. So, like, as I said before, like, very well a boss or maybe just your partner tries to really take control of you, and it's some kind of power struggle that you're dealing with. So in the future, you have the 7 of Cups reverse. So this is all about choices, but seeing this in reverse, there's no choice. It's very straightforward. So again, with like the queen in reverse, like you feel powerless, like you feel like you don't have a choice, you don't have a say. So I say it again and again, like at a job, you kind of just you don't get to make any of the decisions. It's like your boss or maybe like your coworkers, they make all the decisions for you. And if this is a partner, it's like they make all the decisions. Like they call all the shots. They're the ones in control of this relationship. Whew, I'm like very out of breath doing this reading. So I get this energy that you really struggle. This is like a huge power struggle you're dealing with right now. Also, a select few of you, you could have too many choices. And if you're someone who's like very uncomfortable with power, then that could very well be the case. Like you're just overwhelmed with all these things to do. So sometimes, like, having too many choices is equivalent to having no choices at all, because it's like it leaves you feeling very confused and overwhelmed and just powerless, really. Yeah, so you had the 7 of Swords in reverse. So there could be some sneaky behavior going on here. So, like, watch out for an abusive partner or coworkers just being like really sketchy with you. Watch out for that. There's definitely and like I said, like with the Fool reverse, there's pieces of information that you're missing. So, like, watch out for being taken advantage of and being stepped on. And don't let someone use your lack of knowledge for an excuse for taking control of you and telling you what to do. A lot of you are like in a relationship where like your partner is very experienced. It could be like older or they've just been through a lot more relationships than you. And this is kind of like your first time. And they're taking advantage of that fact. Like You might think like, "Oh, this behavior is normal in relationships," when really it's not, like, it's actually very abusive. So, there's definitely, like, a warning sign when it has to do with, like, a lack of knowledge here. Knight of Wands, alright. So, there's definitely some communication going on in your environment, so you're dealing with a very powerful person here right now. So, I get this image of, like, this month you're communicating with someone and they're just being very, like, fiery and stubborn, and they're really, like, roaring at you, and I'm not saying they're yelling at you, but, like, they're talking to you in a way that kind of dominates you. So, like, it might not necessarily be abusive, but you're just dealing with someone who has, like, a loud roar. So, they could have a really, like, strong voice, a deep voice, or a very, very loud voice. And this is someone who really likes to talk over you. And you definitely find that kind of intimidating. Page of Swords reverse. Okay, so your advice is to basically try to first of all, you need to accept that you don't have all the answers. You need to accept that you're on a brand new venture. Like I said, like a new job, a new relationship, a new person, or just a new situation. First of all, Spirit is saying accept that there's a lot of things you don't know. There's a lot of experience you have not accumulated yet. But having said that, if you want to figure things out, you're going to have to do this in a very passive way. So I get the feeling you're dealing with someone, some type of partner or boss figure who's very demanding and dominating when it comes to their communication. So this makes it very hard for you to approach them. It makes it very hard for you to raise your voice around them or be heard. You kind of feel like they're always talking over you. So, the best advice is to go about this in more of a subtle and passive way. So, for example, if this is a work situation and you have a really loud boss or coworker, then maybe ask around with other coworkers, like, oh, do you get this vibe from this person? Or, like, do you have to deal with the same issues that I deal with? That type of thing. If this is a relationship, I'm not saying I'm not condoning, like, going through your partner's phone or something, but maybe, like, check up on them on social media or something. Maybe try to, like, figure things out in a subtle way, because if you go to this person directly, they're just gonna dominate you, and they're not gonna hear what you have to say. So if you're trying to figure something out, just, like, go about it in a very, like, subtle and passive way. Like I said, like, ask around, like, use the internet for good, like, that kinda thing. Even if, like, your partner's next to you and they're on their phone a lot, like, you can still kinda, like, look over and see. I'm not saying, like, watch over their shoulder. I'm not saying, like, hack them or stalk them or something like that, but, like, pay attention. And, like, if you look over at a partner while they're texting and they, like, quickly hide their phone, like, that's how you know something's up. But if you kinda glance over and you see, like, oh, they're just, like, looking at the news or whatever, and they're, like, nonchalant, like, then you know you're okay. So that type of thing. The Magician. Okay, Virgo, look at you stepping into your power, okay? So you start the month like very new, very shy, not really sure like what's going on with the situation. But by the end of the month, you're stepping into your magician power. So you're going to feel very strong and very in control. So that's awesome. And for some of you, a wish could come true. Like, this is really powerful energy here. So, like I said, like, use your passivity for good. Just figure things out in a very subtle and discreet way. And don't let this person dominate you or try to control you. Take back your control, and you will get this. You will get your control back. Another thing I see for select few Virgos, this will only apply to a few, but some of you are like literally using like witchcraft to like get what you want. Like, not to sound bad, like I'm not saying you're like sacrificing an animal or something like that. I'm saying like just like something as simple as like writing down what you want and just kind of using like mental focus and clarity, like that kind of thing. Like, I see you getting what you want in a very indirect and subtle way. So let's see, in the bottom of your deck, Page of Pentacles reverse. So yeah, it's definitely, I guess, strong work or home and family vibes, but I'm like so out of breath. You're really exhausting yourself this month. So I say don't fight fire with fire. Like, get your control back, but do it in like a passive and subtle way. I want to say sneaky, but I don't want to sound negative because sneaky is such a negative word. But like, if there was a positive word for sneaky, then I would say like do that. Like, be sneaky. Like, do what you got to do. Okay, so take a seat and let the universe be your guide. Okay, so I'm saying like be very passive about this. Don't try to dominate someone who's being so dominant towards you. And again, like working with the universe, I totally get like a witchcraft vibe. So some of you are like super witchy. Even like prayer, like even like praying for what you want could be an example, okay? So it doesn't have to be like traditional witchcraft. Like, I'm saying like you're working with the universe to get what you want. You're using your feminine intuitive abilities to get what you want rather than masculine action, doing, controlling, that type of thing. Work on your goals, visions, dreams, manifestation. Okay, this literally backs up exactly what I just said. I see you, a lot of you just like working on manifestation, like prayer, witchcraft, making goals, writing things down, working with the cycles of the moon, like that kind of thing, like working with the universe. And your emotions are running deep. So when I see this card, I want to say, don't be afraid to cry this month and don't suppress your emotions. Um, I get the vibe that whoever you're dealing with makes you feel like emotions are a weakness, but that's totally wrong. I want you to embrace your emotions, make your emotions your superpower, and use it for good. All right, Virgo, have a super fantastic month. Thank you for watching.